If you ever felt like you're obsessed with someone, I want you to pause for a moment and truly listen. This might be one of the most crucial realizations that you'll ever come across. No matter what life throws at you today, we are diving deep into the nature of obsession and the simplest and the most effective way to navigate it with the powerful psychological exercise that I call feeling versus features framework. It's a common misconception that when we are obsessed with someone, it's all about them. The magnetic attraction, the constant thoughts. We believe it's about their charm, their sense of humor, the way they look, the depth of their character. But in reality, it's not purely about the other person. What we are truly experiencing with this obsession is less about them and more about the unmet needs and desires within us. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You wake up and the first thing you check isn't God, isn't gratitude, isn't yourself. It's whether they text it. Your day feels light if they reply with attention and energy, and heavy if they don't. You replay conversations, you overthink tone, you question your worth based on their consistency. And most importantly, you feel addicted to a person who may not be fully present with you. And so way deep inside there's a whisper, why am I like this? I'm going to tell you something most people never hear. You are not obsessed with the person. You are obsessed with how you feel when you imagine having them. Let me repeat. You are not obsessed with the person. You're obsessed with how you feel. How you feel. How you feel when you imagine having them. It's not them. It's the meaning you gave them. Once I was coaching Pratibha, one of my clients. She wasn't heartbroken over a breakup. She was heartbroken over a fantasy. They never dated. They never defined anything. They were almost something. But his attention, his good morning text, his voice when he said her name, it made her feel alive in ways she hadn't felt in years. He wasn't consistent. Sometimes he was warm, sometimes distant. Some days he replied instantly, some days he disappeared. And every time he pulled away, something inside her panicked. Not because he was the one, but because her body remembered a feeling from her childhood. That is, love doesn't stay. Love must be earned. Love can be taken away. One night after he ignored her for days, she said something powerful. I don't know why am I crying over someone who was never mine, but it feels like losing him feels like losing a piece of myself. And that's when I told her something I want you to hear very clearly. You are not hurting because he's gone. You are hurting because he made you feel wanted. And now you don't know how to feel that without him. She wasn't attached to him. She was actually attached to the attention, to the validation, the hope, the possibility, the feeling of being chosen. But he was never the destination. He was the mirror. And when he left, she didn't lose a partner. She lost the temporary access to the version of herself she wished she could permanently be. And that's not love. That's longing. That's an emotional wound trying to complete itself. This obsession isn't madness. It's just memory. Somewhere in your childhood, love felt uncertain. Maybe you had to earn affection. Maybe attention came in waves, hot and cold. Maybe you were praised when you performed and ignored when you simply existed. So now, when someone gives you crumbs of validation, your nervous system says, this is love, don't lose it. But my friend, that's not love. In fact, that's not even close to love. So let me give you my proven features versus feeling framework, the one that has helped thousands break this emotional obsession. So now you have to take 2 papers. On the first paper, write the heading features, who they are, what they do. Ask yourself, what is it that I like or love about this person? Their traits, their habits. For example, they listen, they make me laugh, they text good morning, they ask me here and there, they see me loving, kind, sense of humor. Ask yourself, is any of this truly rare? Now on the paper 2, write feelings. Write what being around them makes you feel, what they represent in your mind. Note down that what you think this person could symbolize or what you believe this person brings into your life emotionally. Maybe you say, I feel seen, I feel safe, I feel wanted, I feel enough. If this video resonated with you so far, please hit the subscribe button for more insights and feel free to share your own experiences and thoughts in the comments below. I love to read it. And in case you have any doubts or confusions while you're doing this exercise, then also mention it in the comments. I would love to help. And now the hardest part. Take the first sheet of paper, who they are and what they do, and rip it apart. Literally, rip it apart. Tear it into tiny pieces. You see, there will be others in the world who are funny or have the similar sense of humor. There will be others in the world who are kind and caring. The person you are obsessed with does not exclusively own these attributes. The key part is to focus on the second sheet of paper, how you feel when you are with them and what they stand for in your mind. It's crucial to discern between the features of the person and the deeper feelings, emotions, or the desires that you have projected onto them. The bitter truth is, someone else can give you the warmth. Someone else can give you the attention. Someone else can make you laugh. But the feelings you wrote down, they were never theirs to give. They were always yours. You felt it somatically within yourself, in your body. You just forgot about it. The feeling you are chasing doesn't live inside them. It lives inside you. And the moment you learn to give yourself the validation, attention, love, presence, safety, the obsession will dissolve. Not because you forced yourself to move on, but because you finally came home to yourself. So listen carefully. You are not obsessed with the person. You are obsessed with the feeling you think only they can activate within you. And the moment you learn how to give that to yourself, the addiction ends. So your obsession wasn't a mistake. It was a message, a doorway, a beginning. Not of losing yourself, but finally coming home to yourself. With that, this is a different perspective for the day. See you in the next video.